What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video for Thursday night showdown. We've got it. We're bringing it to you. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. Tampa Bay Bucks visiting the Atlanta Falcons. We got Baker Mayfield and Chris Godwin versus primetime Kirk Cousins. Which prime are we going to get? We are going to see. So if you've never been with us before, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If this video can get 100 likes, we are going to give away a free month of FTA+. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at everything. We're going to build some lineups at the end as well. We're going to look at the Vegas odds. We're going to look at the players that are in play. We're going to look at the breakdown lineup construction, and then we're going to build lineups off of that. So as always, all of these videos are brought to you by our sponsor, Outlier.bet. If you have not already checked them out, check them out right now. You get a free trial if you click on it. The link is down below. Make smarter bets no matter the sports book, which I absolutely love. So we'll go in a little bit more in depth on this in a video about sports betting over this weekend. So make sure you check out that video. So make sure you can check out all the insights. All of that information floods into our Discord as well. It's a completely free Discord. The link is also down below. So please hit that link and join us. You can create certain bets. You can put them into your slip right here, and then it can, whatever bets you have, it can take you out to that sports book to make those bets. So if you are interested, definitely go check them out. If you sign up with our link, go through a 7-day free trial and sign up for the $20 package, we are going to give you a free month of FTA+. If you go through the $130 package, we're going to give you 3 months free, which is a $90 value. So make sure you check it out. We're also $10 a week can get you every single sport we offer. And we are very excited to bring you some of the best DFS advice here on YouTube. So check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com and all we have to offer under all of the tabs for all of the sports that you currently see. Any questions, comments, concerns, you can always email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com, or you can hit the contact us button, send that email, and I will get it directly. So that being said, we are going to look at the showdown. We're going to look at the teams. We're going to look at everything. So like I've said, the Vegas odds coming in currently, it opened up at 43.5 with the Falcons being a 1.5 point favorite. That is the current line still. So depending on when you watch this video, maybe it is shifted just a little bit, but that is what we're looking at here. So the Falcons have an implied team total of 22.17, where the Bucks have an implied team total of 21.39 coming into this game. So break it down just a little bit more. These statistics are from the last season and current season through 4 weeks in a showdown breakdown. Now, if you were with us with the breakdown of week 4, we absolutely killed it. We had, personally, myself, $700 in winnings. I saw other people have $300-$400 as well. We have winning lineups in the Discord. All of our winnings, all of questions, comments, concerns can be answered there as well. So they broke it down. We have a great community. But 84%, and this is statistics going back to last year. 84% of the winning lineups have had at least one quarterback when they built their lineup. 6% of the winning lineups used all 50,000. So again, don't feel like you need to use all 50,000. 16% of those winning lineups had a $200 or less player. So we'll kind of look at that. $200 players here. Something might open up if like Robinson can't go or Evans can't go, but probably not. But you're looking at 200, basically Washington down, which none of them have done anything. So this just doesn't feel like one of those games where we see that unless something drastic happens and we are missing a lot of these big guys. So definitely always keep in the news with the guys who are questionable, but I don't think we're going to see a $200 player being in a winning lineup tonight. 80% of the winning lineups had a player 4,000 or less. So that brings us down to K. Dotton and down, which I could see K. Dotton or maybe even the Bucks defense play a role in this one. You can find some, maybe Sterling Shepard. Just depends on what we've got going on. With Trey Palmer being out, so he is out. So that might actually open up Sterling Shepard at 1,600. I don't mind that. That might be a sneaky one. So just kind of look at those, and obviously if Ray McLeod is out, limited, something might open up. So keep that in mind. The average lineup salary of winning lineups in the Millie Maker, $47,500. So you can see not all the way at 50,000, but pretty much not any below 47.5 is where kind of the sweet spot I would look at. And these are all on DraftKings. Obviously, FanDuel is a little bit different, but we play all of our stuff on DraftKings. But we do offer FanDuel stuff as well. So look at stacks. Stacks are a big thing depending on how you think the game's going to go. With it being a 1.5 point spread, being as close as they think it's going to be, we could see a good game here. Hopefully it's a better, like a Monday night game rather than Thursday night prime, because Thursday night games tend to stink. But stacks, let's look at the stacks. 44% of the time, a 4-4 stack or 4-2 stack is what wins it. So 4 of one team, 2 of the other. So depending, it could be a close game. The game script isn't really saying like Baker Mayfield's going to go up 20 and then Kirk's going to have to claw his way back, so you want a 4-2 stack that way. As of now, we don't see that. So it could be more of a different 3-3 stack. And speaking of 3-3 stacks, 36% of the time, a 3-3 stack is what won the everything or tied for first place. And then a 5-1 stack is only 21% of the time. So not a ton with a 5-1 stack. I'm feeling pretty good with a 3-3 stack, and that's probably the way I foresee, unless something weird happens in this game. I think a 3-3 stack takes it down. And then captain percentages. These are huge. These are obviously, you get extra points for it. 39% of the time, a wide receiver has been in the captain spot. 28% of the time, a running back has been there. 17% of the time, it was a QB. 7% of the time, it was tight end. And 7% of the time, it was defense. And then 2% of the time, it was kickers. So we saw kickers have taken the game by storm in a couple of the games where they were the only ones scoring points. We saw that in Monday night with Tennessee. We saw that week 1 with Jake Moody. I don't think that's this game. We could see that's why you want your kickers here. I foresee this being more of an offensive game than what we saw with Tennessee. Tennessee's a bad team. So Miami apparently is a bad team too. I do not see the kickers being the captain spot. Now, I could be wrong, but I highly doubt we're going to see the kickers taking it down as a captain. What I'm going to be doing is using our matchup tool, which you can find on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com under the NFL tab, under the Bacon Station. It is this matchup tool. Now, I have filtered out just for this game right here, so you can kind of see. And what I'm talking about is, you can see Tampa Bay Bucks right here have given up 865 yards to opposing quarterbacks through 4 weeks. Also given up a 300-plus game and 160 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. That's not going to matter because it's Kirk Cousins, okay? But they've given up that. They've given up an average of 19.4 fantasy points per game, and they rank 26th against the quarterback. So Kirk Cousins is in a great spot. Rushing yards, he has -2. So you don't have to worry about the rushing there. So he's got a good option there, like great spots there. Running backs, Tampa Bay ranks 21st, where Atlanta's defense has actually been really good against the running back. So Tampa Bay has given up 243 receiving yards to running backs, but 351 on the ground to them. So as you can see, the Tampa Bay defense, where you think it's going to be really good, they might not be. So I like when we build around here, okay? So we've got Mike Evans is questionable. Was limited in practice Tuesday, walked through practice, blah, blah, was listed non-participant, blah, blah, blah. So he had a great week 4, 23.4 fantasy points. Godwin had a little bit less there. Was expecting a touchdown out of him. We did take him for a touchdown in week 3, and we got that. He's just been really good. That was a down week against Philly. And if Mike Evans is out, I do like Chris Godwin even more. So that is definitely an option that I'd look at. So if we're following the trend of wide receivers being in that captain spot, I like those odds there as well. I think if Evans is not 100% healthy, I do like Godwin for that captain spot as one build. So we're going to build a couple, and we'll definitely see. So let's put Chris Godwin in there. Oh, no. Let's put Chris Godwin in there as your captain. And then we got some flex options. So I think in this instance, since this game's going to be close, I want both of the quarterbacks in here. So I want Kirk Cousins. I want Baker Mayfield. I want Baker throwing it to Godwin. I also want to take that less than $4,000 player. We can have 2 of them if you want to build a pretty sneaky lineup here. So looking at this, I think Cade Otton comes into play a little bit. I like him. Come down here to 1,600. Like I said, Sterling Shepard, I think he's going to go be a sneaky play today. Now we're at 11,200. Where are we going to go with that? Because we've got a flex spot there. We can afford anybody. So do you want to go Mike Evans? That would then make it a 5-1 stack for Tampa Bay. I don't think that's the direction we want to go. Do we want to take Drake London? We could. Do we want to take Bijan? Now looking at Bijan, he's ready to go for Thursday. It's nicks and bruises. It's a hamstring, which kind of is scary because he obviously makes his living with his legs, and we need him to run. So that is definitely something that we are looking at. And where do we want to go with that one? So game log wise, it's been a little bit short the past couple of games. That's true. So we look at our matchup tool. We've got the running back situation. Tampa Bay's given up an average of 25.6 fantasy points to the opposing running backs. Now you could put Bijan in there, so then you're 1,400 is on the table. So while Bijan is here and he's got 224 yards, he's averaging 14.2. You cannot forget about Tyler Algier. Now only averaging 5.7 is involved in this game here. He's catching some balls as well. Algier would be a tournament-only option, especially if you want to get a little crazy, because you put him in there, and you were putting on the table 6,400, which is probably a little less than you want. So I think Bijan makes sense to make it a 4-2 stack where we have 4 Tampa Bay and 2 Atlanta. And this is just one lineup that I'm going to build. So this is how you go. Godwin as the captain, Baker, both quarterbacks there. You got Cade Otton, which is a cheap $4,000 play, a play that's underneath 4,000 at 1,600, and then Bijan, again, he should be good to go. I don't see him being out of this lineup. I don't see how he does not play. So that's kind of where I'm at there. Now, quarterbacks. I feel like this is one of those games where a quarterback could be better than that 17% winning rate when he is a captain. So looking at the quarterback position, I want to do 2 different builds with that. This is going to be a 3-3 build. Let's say it stays. Everyone's going to be on Baker. Let's pivot to Kirk Cousins. So we got Kirk Cousins in there. Let's say he is throwing it to Ray McLeod. Let's see if he's questionable, limited, log back-to-back limited practices ahead of Thursday's game. If he's able to practice, a little bit, he should be good. Yeah, so if Ray is out, then obviously Drake London's number 1, but we've got him in there. Let's also get us some Bijan in here. So those are our 3 Atlanta players that we're looking at. Now we've got 3 Tampa Bay that we want to look at. So I think we get Baker in there. I think we get Godwin in there. I like him better than Mike Evans. Now we're at 4,300 the rest of the way. Is it Cade Otton? Okay. Maybe. Is it Sterling Shepard? You're going to save money there. You go Cade Otton, you save 300. Sterling Shepard, 1,600. Now, the difference is 4,000 here, 1,600 here. I like Sterling Shepard. Now, you can go Cade Otton there. I do not mind that at all. It's a 3-3 stack on there. Like we said, that is 36% of the time. I don't mind this as a stack either. So this is the second lineup I'm going to do. Third lineup I'm going to do, I am going to put Baker as the captain spot. So we're going to put Baker up there, averaging 7,100 the rest of the way. I'm going back to I'm all over Sterling Shepard. Now, this could blow up in my face, but I really like him at 1,600. I think he's a cheap option with Trey Palmer being out. I do like Sterling Shepard here. So let's go with Kirk Cousins as well. So we've got Kirk, primetime Kirk here. Now, we talked about what we haven't used, Drake London. Let's put Drake London in there. Now we're averaging 8,300 for 2 spots, which is huge. So I do think we can go running game, which we haven't, Rashad White. And now we're at 9,800. So we can go Bijan or we can go Darnell Mooney if you think he's going to throw it. If you think he's going to throw it more than just to London, Darnell Mooney is in there. If you look at his game logs, a down game against New Orleans, but New Orleans defense is no joke. They are a really good defense. He had 6 targets. You're seeing the targets are as of like week 2, his targets are 6+. If he can haul him in against Kansas City, 8 for 8 for 66 yards. His second best week. Only back behind 1 touchdown there. So Tampa Bay against the wide receivers this year, they ranked 9th. So they're pretty good against wide receivers, but they do give up an average of 28.1 fantasy points per game to the wide receiver spot. So we could look at that. We could look at Mooney here or Bijan, just depending. And if you look at running back for Tampa Bay, they've given up an average of 25.6. So it'd be a little bit different. I'm going to go Darnell Mooney. We've got 3 Atlanta and 3 Tampa Bay as another build out. So then you look at, you want to get a little crazy. So I understand we want to get crazy. We want to look at different ways to build. What about a kicker? You never know. Kicker could come through. It is true. Let's say, for instance, Kirk has a bad day. Whatever. Let's say primetime Kirk shows his ugly head and brings nothing to the table. So we want to put a kicker in here. Now, I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, but we're putting Koo in there. Number 1. Okay. Then you want to go a little bit cheaper. Ray McLeod, if he is in there. And Drake London. Okay. Where's he at? Drake London right here. So we've got those 3 Atlanta. But I'm going to do one better. We're going to put Bijan in there. Now we've got 2 here. Still think Baker needs to play. Let's say they're behind somehow and Baker needs to come through. You could take either one. I'm still taking Godwin. I'm big on Godwin and Sterling Shepard for my 2 big wide receivers here. Now, Mike Evans obviously is a stud. Everyone's going to be on him. But we're trying to build lineups that maybe people are off of, and they're not on that Godwin. They're all over Mike Evans. They're not on Godwin. I want to be on Godwin. So I'm going to enter that. That is what I want to do. Now, we can build another one. Let's see if we can build one where Baker is the captain. He throws to both Evans and Godwin. And then we put in a Sterling Shepard. And now we're at 2. So do we want to go 6,900? Do we want to go a different direction? Maybe Koo as the kicker, and now we're at 8,400. We can do Mooney. We can do Bruce Irving. If you think Irving's going to come in there and get a touchdown or get what he needs, or Bucky Irving. Did I say Bruce? Bucky Irving. So we put him in there. That'd be a 5-1 with Bucky. Or you come in and you look at Rachaad White, averaging less or just a little bit more than Irving. Pitts, I just don't know what to think about Pitts. I don't see him. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go Irving here. It's a little bit different, a little bit crazy. But let's say Koo is the only good thing about Atlanta in this game. Not saying that's going to happen, but you got to think out of the box building these lineups if you want to try and take down the big prize there. Okay? Those are just some builds. Not all of them. Different ways to go about it. Sneaky ways to go about it. I would love to know some of your favorite off-the-wall plays if you guys play in showdowns. Let us know down below. Make sure you give us a follow, give us a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We have already put out a ton of NFL Week 5 content. Make sure you check out all of the videos that we put out. We put out some shorts breaking down a little bit. We've also put out the Week 5 breakdown where we went through everything. We built lineups. We used Saber Sim. We broke it down. It's about a 40-minute video, but it is broken down. There are chapters if you want to skip around and help build. Make sure you get in there. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment and also be a subscriber on that main video. I'm going to link it here at the end of the video for the main breakdown. I'm also going to do a video that we haven't done this year. I'm going to do some of the top stacks for Week 5. So we're going to break that video down. Probably about the top 5 stacks that I like. We're going to look at them. It's going to be for the entire Week 5 outside of Thursday Night Football. Not a huge ton of stacks in that one. So make sure you check out all of those videos that we have. Make sure you check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. If you want to check it out, we do have a weekly pass for $10. We have a monthly pass for $30, a yearly pass for $200. But the next 8 people that email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com, we are going to give half off of that yearly pass. Email me right now if you guys want in. It's a first come, first serve on 8 people. Once the 8 people are done, that is it. That's what I've got in this video. Good luck on Thursday Night Football. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.